active religion. Active religion, and then the second type he calls, and this he called active state of civilization, and this one zombie religion. I think that's what it doesn't matter what he actually called, but and the third one is what he and this he, which is this is a strange characterization, if it is his characterization, if I remember correctly. I got it from one of his interviews on Glenn Deason's, Professor Glenn Deason's YouTube channel. If you want, you can watch that interview. It's a good interview. Zombie state or zombie religion, and the third one is what he called the zero state or null state or nihilism, and that's associated with the decline of religion, a decline of a civilization. And this second one is youthful phase of a that's my interpretation. Youthful phase of a civilization is full of energy and all that. Okay, so now I'm going to explain them a bit and see how I understand them from our own perspective. The first one, he says, so this is a phase in which religion or a belief system, even if it's not a religious system, is an active, lived, and conscious reality. People actually believe in a religion or a value system, live it at the conscious and also subconscious level, I guess. And in the European context or Western context, which Todd has in mind, he lists as a sign of this sort of religion, he lists the majority of population attend churches, not just attending churches, but they are churches, the center of life, marriage, death, etc. All known characteristics of the medieval Christian civilization. And people believe in the dogma of church. Dogma is a negative word, but I'm using it in a positive sense. And these are signs of this lived religion. But as I said, we can apply this to any lived belief system or a value system, whether it's religious or secular or an amalgam of those. And the impact of this is that religion provides, he said provides, but religion is, or a belief system, value system is provide a sense of community. In fact, it is, in a way, the community. And provide a moral code and the meaning of life, etc. At this stage, he says that religion can be rigid and socially restricted. But I think there he misses the point that this is when religion becomes when we feel that religion or any value system has become socially restrictive or rigid, when we feel that, it means that is actually in the declining phase. Even though it is still a dominant reality, but it's declining phase and there's something else emerging. Otherwise, you won't feel, if it's a lived religion and that's your value system, you won't feel it restrictive. I mean, obviously, individually, different people can feel it restrictive, but I'm just talking about the social level as such. Okay, so this is the active religion. Secondly, is the phase in which religious faith disappears, according to Todd. But he's saying that religious culture and values remain. And I would say religious faith disappears, but a new value system is appearing. New belief system. It's a secular one appearing. That's why the faith is disappearing. And in this transition, that old religion and value system is reinterpreted in terms of this new emerging value system or a belief system. And that's how I see Protestantism and modern interpretations of Catholic and non-Catholic Christianity, etc. So there I take a slightly different view from Todd's, Emmanuel Todd, yeah. And it's a sign of this way that people stop going to church, no longer believe in supernatural, but they continue to behave as if religion moral forever were true. As if. So this phase where Christianity, the faith, has become very weak, and Christianity is being reinterpreted in the service of a new belief system, which is based on science and rationality and whatnot. But masses still need the old religion, so that old religion is being reinterpreted in terms which are compatible with this new religion of science, rationality, and all that. And it obviously has a long historical process. So this doesn't happen in vacuum. So religion in this phase provides the sense of community and moral sense as well. And one reason for that new emerging value system of modernity needs that is because on the basis of science and rationality, it's hard to provide, especially for masses, a sense of community and moral sense. So that's why that has been reinterpreted. But then the old value system and old sense of community and old reinterpretation of religion crumbles because it's incompatible with this new religion of science and rationality. And people lose faith in even the value system and moral code, which was a reinterpretation of the old religion without its metaphysics, so to speak. And we enter into the third phase, which is the phase of nihilism. Nihilism comes in when, faith, he calls it religious faith disappears, but what disappears is the faith as such, because the new belief system or new value system of science and rationality cannot provide on its own a sense of community and sense of purpose and moral code and meaning, at least for the general public. And that shows the decline of this new belief system. And that, so the second phase he calls zombie phase, and the third phase he calls nihilism. And that's the phase of decline. It is a phase of decline because if you don't have any belief and faith in any morality and sense of community, then the civilization cannot stand on mere materialism and entertainment. Although entertainment itself becomes a religion, but it's a pure emptiness that cannot provide a positive communal structure for social life in general, especially at the level of masses. So you have declining sense of community, loss of the purpose of lives, meaning, etc. And he thinks that the West and the West is going through that phase, and that's the sign of its decline. Even though the standard of living is still high, material progress is still going on, but the purpose of life, even in secular term, which was provided by, for example, liberal ideologies, democracy, and socialism, for example, has disappeared. Okay, so I think that was a good exercise, gave us some understanding of his categorization. I think in another session I will try to apply this or compare this to Nietzsche's vision, because I think that there are parallels between Todd's categorization and Nietzsche's. And I think he must have, I don't remember now, but he must have tried some of it from Nietzsche. Okay, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين آمين.